Hello everyone and welcome to a Minecraft video. Welcome to a little overview of the next upcoming big update to Minecraft, which is the Caves and Cliffs one. Yes, I know I'm a few days late, but I still wanted to cover it. This week has been pretty freaking busy in terms of my job, you know, and so I couldn't really cover it because I was always working pretty late night. So yeah, there was no time to do it. Anyhow, we're here and we look at the wonderful new stuff, and you know, I've got all the footage from the Minecraft show who showed the, you know, upcoming stuff, and there is now the first thing we're looking at right now is the lush caves. So you know, it's called Caves and Cliffs, which means obviously we're gonna see a lot of changes to what is going on in the caves and some cliffs, and their major overhaul was focused on having actually like a biome in the caves. So you've seen that very lush one, and now we're already looking at something very cool, and this is the WARDEN. It's a wonderful new mob, and it's actually the first mob in Minecraft that is blind. So this thing can't really see a thing, however it reacts to movement. You can see this is also a new block, which I've got the side open to me. This is, I think it's the Skulk Chute, or the Skulk, no, it's actually the Skulk Sensor, as you can see over here to the left-hand side, this little greenish thing, which sends vibrations, and if it senses some vibrations, it sends out like a little note to the environment. And the new the WARDEN, basically catches these little Wi-Fi signals, if you will, and is kind of dragged towards a location. And yeah, you have to just make sure to sneak around. One thing that the devs were talking about, and I found this very interesting because that's something I was missing a little bit in Minecraft lately, and hence I didn't play that so much. You know, I was missing the early Minecraft days of where it was really scary to go in a cave, you know, and stuff like that. And they just kind of tried to bring this back, and I think especially with a mob like that, they just kind of yeah, go the right way. You know, we have to see how strong it really is, but you can really see now how it reacts to the movement. So he was throwing around like I think it's a snowball over here, and the WARDEN was just going there. And now, as you move too quickly, he starts to catch up behind you. Remember, he's blind, so he's only going after signals. And yeah, at this point in time, he's running, the guy who's playing, and that makes him obviously annoyed, and then he's coming after you. One thing that is really interesting though is that it seems to be like a very strong mob. You can see he's now shooting loads of arrows into his chest, and then also having actually netherite sword over here, which is also not the weakest in the game. He's still pretty easily defeated, as you can see. So that's quite interesting. But now, while I leave this stuff actually running in the background, I will include a link in the description down below to the different kind of content that is coming with this huge update. It's set to be released around mid of 2021, so it's still half a year to go at least. So there's quite a lot of time to prepare for what is coming. But I will include the link because there's so much content planned, and I just want to talk about a few things here in the video I want to highlight. So first of all, the telescope is nice addition that it's actually in the game, but in fact, you know, for those of you who do use Optifine, they know obviously that there is a zoom function in Optifine already. It's kind of neat that they include this in the game natively with the telescope item, but yeah, it's just, you know, something that I think is fine. I mean, the last couple of years have shown that they do this. Mojang really is focusing on bringing great mods back into the game, and you know, copper and stuff is also nothing you haven't seen. But what I especially like about the copper integration is the weathering effect. That looks so cool. Like, this gives me this vibe of like old towns in Paris, or like also in Germany and Dresden or so. Or kind of in Munich, where you have all these very greenish copper roofs, but in fact, if you know how copper looks at the very beginning, right after it's been produced, that's kind of nice to see how it weathers over time. So it's a really nice effect, gives a bit of liveliness to the game, I would say. It's really looking pretty damn cool. And yeah, there's also kind of a nice piece over here, like a scaffold thingy you can climb on, and you can put like a lighting rod on top of your house, which I think is generating energy, if I understand that correctly. So there's like a huge update coming in here, and you can just generate stuff out of the lining as well. So yeah, there's just so much. I can't just cover this all in a video. It's just not possible. But I nevertheless wanted to I have this in. Also, there's like a little nice addition. If you look into the patch notes, there's one specific thing that the diehard Minecraft fans may know about. In every single update Minecraft brought out, there was this little patch note that Herobrine has been fixed out of the game. However, it's the first major update where the nodes still seem not to include that, or I don't know if it was already in the last one, but this would actually fit to the anniversary of when their first sighting of Herobrine was stated. You know, it's still kind of this myth around the wonderful game of Minecraft, but I'm quite sure that this is something really cool. Also, quickly talking about bundles, this is something you do also know from definitely some cool mods where you have some backpack mods and stuff. So it's very cool. Because then you can actually stack more pieces together, even though they are not stackable from each other. You know, you can put flowers and mushrooms and stuff in one stack rather than having different stacks for it. And so, yeah. Another very cool thing is, you know, especially because that fits to the channel, you know, Jurassic Park Evolution and excavation, you now have this brush where you can excave actually some cool rocks, and yeah, it's really cool because you find these things in there, and I will have to tune down the music here basically because there's someone talking about this and you don't want to hear that, I guess. If you want to hear that, I will also link the link to the description for the whole show, so you can actually watch the whole show if you want. But yeah, I will actually try really to focus on making Minecraft a bit more prominent on this channel in the future as well. But I think this excavation stuff is really something really cool. And I'm looking forward to explore a little bit more about this, what you can do, because you will see in a few seconds that they are also using some displays where you can put the excaved stuff on. So you have some fossils and stuff in some kind of frames and so on. That looks really, really cool. And yeah, I really am blown away by the update. This is really the kind of old Minecraft stuff, feeling-wise, that I wanted to get back to, like caves and so. And I think the little story about Herobrine also kind of showed us that they want to go a bit more to the mystical side of things back, you know, making it a bit more scary, things like that you don't really gasp at the first thing. And I think this is very cool for a normal survival game. You know, the creative mode, obviously, most creative players play obviously with a lot of mods anyway, so you know, there's not that big of a necessity. I can't pronounce that name. It's not that necessary that you have all this stuff, but for survival players, and I like to play vanilla at times, this update is huge. Also from very cool new stuff. As you can see over here, this is making pots from clay, so you can actually now make some cool stuff out of that. So it's really a huge update with a lot of different new things, a lot of new mechanics, a lot of new blocks, and yeah, it's just really showing how cool that looks. And yeah, you can see this is again the lush caves from what you had at the beginning. I think we're also seeing some stalagmites and stalactites soon, stalactites I guess they're called. Here you can see one of the new mobs as well, which is as I figured a fan favorite. I didn't know that, but it is the, oh my god, I can't pronounce that thing. I'm just going to go down. It's the axolotl. I don't know how exactly you call that thing, but it's an underwater animal, and I think it's a critical endangered species from Mexico. So it's very cool that they embed that in the game. You know, it's really fitting to the zoo, to be honest here. So yeah, in general, I'm quite happy. But now, as we are nearly at the end of the footage, I will kind of repeat the footage a little bit now, simply because you guys can have a better look. But I want now to take the time to show you guys actually, or to talk to you guys through a little bit of what I'm going to plan for the next couple of weeks, because there have been some cool developments going on in the background. So I'm starting a Minecraft series on this channel, starting from the end of next week or maybe the week after, but on Monday, coming Monday, so in 3 days, I will start actually the recording together with the Amber and Richella. You may know them from Twitch streaming. And we will start doing a survival series for the month of October and maybe a little bit into November, doing a little bit of a, you know, spooky vibe, maybe something, you know, building like a dark, spooky castle and going for some mining and stuff. Just having fun, you know, just very vanilla, pure game, and just, you know, chit-chatting around. And that will be happening live on Twitch, and it's going to be recorded for YouTube. So it's going to be like a little bit of a mixed mash of chatting and playing. And I will bring this then in a nice format to YouTube. That said, a second very cool development is that I am lucky to say that I have a server sponsored by Nitrato, because I've been partnered with them, which is pretty cool. And in case you guys also need some Minecraft servers, there's a link in the description where you can go to Nitrato and get yourself some servers. The price is very fair. You can, you know, it's prepaid. You can just do this for a month, and you kind of basically you put yourself a little bit of money stock in there. You know, you put money on your account and then you can book it as long as you want. It's pretty much simple prepaid system. And if you do this, you actually support me by going via this link. You know, you don't need to pay anything extra, but I get a little cut of it, so it's kind of cool. And that said, I'm also opting maybe for a community server in the future, but we have to see how you guys are receiving it. So please make sure to leave me in the comments down below all your opinions on this new update. Have you seen it already? Is this new for you? I mean, pretty sure for those of you who like Minecraft, you have already seen that. What were you doing if not? So I really hope you still enjoyed this little quick overview. As I said, the link to the detailed overview from Minecraft Gamepedia is in the description down below, and the full show as well. You can get that. And if you, again, let me know in the comments down below what's your favorite addition to this update. Are you actually playing vanilla, or if you're playing mods, which kind of mods you're playing mostly? Because I wanted also to look into that in the time in between until the update comes next year. I want to explore a little bit more like that as well. And would you guys be interested in a community server? That's all very much what I want to know. And now, as always, if you guys enjoyed the content, also the other content, and you're new here, consider subscribing. Would help me out a lot. Helps me growing this channel, and, you know, just making sure that YouTube doesn't ignore me anymore, you know. So guys, I really hope you guys are having a blast on this weekend. Stay safe, everyone, in these weird times, and enjoy the little things, you know. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments down below about all the stuff we just talked about. And now stay safe, everyone. Goodbye.